Recording's on? Okay, great. Hi, everyone. It's Sylvia Herzog from the Charcoal Project. Today we are doing one of our quick skills review for our Harvest Fuel Initiative Kenya group. Really glad to see you all on the line. Today we're going to talk about LinkedIn 101, using LinkedIn for yourself and your business. I think you'll enjoy this presentation today. It's going to be two parts. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about setting up your personal profile and why you would use it, best practices and networking tips. And then Abby Rose is going to join us and talk about LinkedIn for Business and setting up a business page and what you need to do to take care of that. Just a reminder, we are being recorded. We're going to leave most of the questions to the end. If you do have something urgent, please raise your hand or put something in the chat box, and we'll monitor that and try to answer the questions as we go. Otherwise, we have plenty of time at the end for questions, so we will leave it to that. I don't want you to be shy about questions, though. We don't plan on posting the question and answer portion of the recording, just so you know that. With that, I'm going to get started. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to my video here. And then everybody might want to keep their video and mic off just so that we know our connectivity stays good. So some of you are on LinkedIn, I've seen, but a lot of you aren't. And those of you who are on maybe could use some updating and expansion of the LinkedIn profiles that you have. Why do you want to use LinkedIn? Basically, it's a free online resume. It's a way to provide a reference for yourself to the professional world online. So in that sense, it's really a great tool that the only cost is the time you spend inputting your information and updating it so that you are presenting a good face to the world. You can also use it's not only an online resume, but you can also use it as a kind of a personal website. A lot of people I know who don't have a business website, or maybe they're just a professional consultant or something where they don't have a big formal company. They will use their LinkedIn page as their website, and you can even modify your URL so that it is more attractive and not just a random assignment. You can get recommendations and endorsements on LinkedIn. It's great for networking, for new business, for jobs, just to reach out to different people in your sector to collaborate. You can research people and companies, and they can research you, which is really important, especially for those of you who are looking for financing. It's a way for people to say, oh, Beatrice, who is she? What has she done? Is she a real person? And they take comfort from seeing your professional experience presented in LinkedIn. There are some advanced options for LinkedIn that we're not going to talk about today because they're not free. You can do sophisticated job searches and postings if you are hiring. You can also look for sales leads, but these all cost money. So I would say there's a lot of tools on LinkedIn you can use with the free version. So if you ever get to the point where you feel like you've maxed out on everything you can use on LinkedIn, then you could consider one of the paid options. That's probably not necessary for most of you. Oops. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through the slides, and then I'll go directly to LinkedIn to just show you it live. What you're going to do first, if you don't have a LinkedIn page, is you're going to create your personal page. It's very, very simple. You go to linkedin.com, you click on Join Now up in the corner, up here. And then you put in your email address, put in a strong password, and you follow the steps to confirm your identity with your email. And you have your basic profile. It only has your name basically, but that's it. Hold on one sec. Whoops, sorry, too far. Once you have that basic profile set up, then you can start improving your profile. So the key thing to remember when you're thinking about what you want to put, because this is, again, this is like putting a resume together with more detail. So What is your purpose for this? Are you job hunting? Do you want to profile your business? Are you really trying to make connections in the sector? All of those questions will dictate how you want to orient the site. You definitely, this is a social media site, but it's a professional site, so you have to be professional. There is not you don't post pictures of your family here. You don't post pictures of your dog. You have, the profile picture is of you, and it doesn't have to be a professional headshot, but it does have to be a professional looking picture. You can take it with your phone or someone who has a good camera, and it has to be you yourself. Don't post a picture of you and your spouse. Just post a picture of you. Definitely do not post a picture of your dog or some, vague landscape. People want to see what your face looks like. It's important when you're on LinkedIn to view it as a network that you can add value to. So you're going to post content that's relevant to your work and your professional network. And you also want to, when you're filling out the profile, you want to think about keywords that you want people to use to find you, like maybe renewable energy or charcoal, or things that you use in your everyday at work that people might use as a search term. So actually, I want to go back to that. This is my profile page. You can see that these little buttons, I took a snap of it, and these little buttons indicate that these fields are all editable. And this is the first thing that pops up when you click on me, if you were connecting with me. And there's a profile picture, and then there's this cover photo, which a lot of people leave blank. They leave it a blue, which you'll see. But this is a picture like Nevasha. You can make it something that means something to you professionally. Sorry, the screen keeps flipping around. So if you look at, here's just some tips for a good profile. You want to be authentic. Sorry, gosh, why is this doing this? Okay. A couple of these people, you all know Chibet, of course, and Ziba in Uganda. And just to show you some good profile pictures, again, they're not necessarily professional shots, but they're clean, they're smiling, they're well lit. The woman on top has also a cover photo that indicates the work she's doing in clean cooking. So these are just examples of good pictures. You want to be authentic and show your personality. You don't want to be super personal, but you can show that you have personality traits, you have interests. Maybe you like soccer or tennis, or you're a big dog fan. That's okay to have that on there, and so that people understand what your personality is like. But again, you are keeping it professional. There's a bunch of different fields we'll go through, not in a lot of detail, but just to show you what they are. Be complete, fill them all out. It gives the best picture of you. They're your job, your job history, your education, community service, any publications you have. Have you worked on a webinar? You can post that on there. And again, I don't belabor the good picture too much, but it is important. What people say about first impressions, and it is a lot of times people's first impression of you. The one key piece of your profile is a summary. Not everyone uses a summary. It's this about section that you see here. I took one. This is a person I actually found on LinkedIn. I was looking for an expert on public speaking, so I basically got her to come and speak to a group. So I found her on LinkedIn, which was great. And then I looked at her profile, and her profile is very thorough. She's the kind of independent consultant that would use her LinkedIn as her website. And you can see by how much information she has on it. And she's using her about section here to kind of sell herself, which is that, she's a marketing person. She needs to sell her services as a keynote speaker. So that's why there's a lot of detail. You don't need to have this much detail in your summary section, but I'm just showing you, there's a range. You can do something simple, but you can do something also complicated. You can do it autobiographical, or you could actually just talk all about your company and not so much about your personal, which is listed below it as your resume. And you can also feature pictures and content in this section. So I'm going to switch over now just to LinkedIn, and we're in my home page. When you come up with a home page, when you have a home page, you see here's my picture, my title. It gives you some activity. What pages do you follow or manage? It shows you recent things that you've done here on the left. This is the main feed. You guys probably know Esther. She's someone I'm connected with, so I see her postings, and you can see she's posting something relevant to herself, some FAO, whatever this is, publication. If you look down the news feed, you'll see that all the postings are professional oriented for the most part. They're talking about people who, work related. I'm just going to go down here. You see things, summits, MIT summit, different things, and they're relevant to me because they're posted by people who have connected with me. So I'm going to just see stuff that I'm interested in. And if I was seeing a lot of stuff from someone who I didn't find so interesting, I could unconnect from them. However, that's rare. There's generally, it's not like Facebook where people get annoying. They're really only producing professional stuff. So, for the most part, once you connect with someone, there's never any need to disconnect with them. If you see down here in the box on the right-hand side, these will, you can follow also company pages. So because I follow Esther, who works for Energy for Impact, is suggesting I follow Energy for Impact. And I'm from the state of New York, so it's asking me, do you want to follow the governor of New York? So you can just see how the connections you make, LinkedIn will suggest things based off the connections you've made and the type of pages you visit and are interested in, so that you can get more of the same thing. Very similar to Facebook and Twitter. Again, just has a professional focus on it right now. And then there's also like a news stream for LinkedIn, and you can get notifications on all these things on your phone if you want, but you don't have to. You can also not get them. And up here, you can see at the top is where you manage your page. You can manage your network. You can look for jobs. You can message people. Again, manage your notifications, and then you can manage your profile. So I'm going to click on View Profile. So that was my home page before. That's what I see when I log in. This is my profile page. This is what people see when they log in, when they look me up, except without the edit function. It's because I'm in my page, so it allows me to edit everything. So you can see I have my cover page, a cover photo. I have a profile picture. It has my title, where I live, how many connections I have. You can see the About section. I've chosen to focus mostly on entrepreneurship and the Charcoal Project. I did add a feature of the Charcoal Project's YouTube channel, which has a lot of content I've developed on it. And I'm just going to go down the page and show you the different features and how you can you can see that you can edit most of them. So some of the things that'll show me what I've done lately, what I've done on in terms of like posting or talking about other people's posts. And then you're going to post your job experience. And so here I'm posting all my different work experience. I can add pictures or other media. Like if you had a publication, you wrote a paper, like here's our Ashes paper that we wrote on the convening. So I have that listed under my Charcoal Project work experience. And you just go down, be complete. People, don't really like to see gaps. There's no reason to leave off anything, even if it's no longer relevant. It's part of who you are and shows that you had work experience of some type. You're going to put in your education. Obviously, I'm very Michigan oriented, and then you can put in license and certifications. I know some of you have done different training programs. This is where you would put that. You can put in your volunteer experience as well. It's always good to show yourself as a well-rounded person. What organizations are you involved with? And then we get down to skills and endorsements. And this is where you can take this skill quiz and pick different skills that you think that you have Some of them can be technical, like, look, you can say, I know how to do Adobe Photoshop, or there's just a whole bunch of different things. Mine are focused on, project management and due diligence and working with entrepreneurs. And then people, you can ask for, to comment on it. So basically they'll say, so 14 people have said they recommend me for due diligence. So things like that. You can spend a lot of time on this or not. It's just it's a nice to have. You can also get recommendations, and this is great, particularly if you're using this for more of a business page. I haven't asked anyone for some. You have, just like on Google business page or on Facebook, you'd have to ask for a recommendation. So, but I've given recommendations to people who I've worked with who wanted to put something on their LinkedIn page. And again, this is just a nice endorsement from someone saying, yes, this is a real person. They were really, they were really good to work with. I really enjoyed it, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then this last section just shows different things that you follow and are interested in. So that's basically the information you have to fill out. For the most part, it's just things about you you already know. So take your resume, and I mean, you can even import your resume, although honestly, with the formatting issues that involved with that, sometimes it's just as easy to retype it into the different job functions. But it's whatever is easiest for you. Give it a shot, try importing it, and if things aren't too haywire with the formatting, then use what is imported. But you can edit everything, don't forget that. And there's certain things that pop up automatically, like the title here, it'll automatically populate with your most recent job title, except that this can be edited as well. If I click on edit, you can see I can put anything I want here under my title. I could say, business coach. I used to have business coach, instead of my formal title. So, people will put like expert at public speaking or renewable energy expert. So again, it can be more representative of who you are than just your job title, which is important, again, because it's something that is something that everyone is going to see first thing when they pull up your profile. And then one other thing that I mentioned before was on editing the URL. So if you look here, when you first create your LinkedIn account, the URL for the LinkedIn account will have some random number here, and you can just edit it and put your name. As long as your name hasn't been taken by someone else, then you can put your own name there, and then you can use that like on your business card as your website, or just as another reference point. Maybe you put your website and your LinkedIn page. And if you might have to play with it. If someone else had Sylvia Herzog, maybe I would put Sylvia A. Herzog in. So just play with it until you get a name. You could even put your company name in if you wanted, to be frank. So I just wanted to point that out because I think that's a great little thing that most people forget about, that then allows you to use that URL easy to remember. It's my little website for myself. So let's see. Then the last thing I want to focus on, like I said, there's a lot of different features that you can explore, and I do have, in the slides that we'll send out is a link to more tutorials. So if you want to go into more in depth before you get started or after you get started, you can click on those tutorials. But I did want to talk to you about your network. How do you gain a network? So if you go to my network, you'll see I have 780 connections. That's because I've been on LinkedIn for quite a while now. So over time, you just develop them. And what happens is if you connect with someone, then LinkedIn suggests other people you connect with. Some of these people are in some way related to someone I recently connected with, and LinkedIn's like, oh, okay, so maybe you want to talk to this person because now you're connected with a friend of theirs. So that's one way to connect. You can also go in and find individual people. I'm going to look for Mary is our next UBPA speaker, right? So if I search Mary Agatho, I get a couple of different Marys, but this is the right one because I know she works for KEBS, and I can click on her and see her page. And then I can either just send her a message, like if I want to reach out to her for some reason, hey, Mary, do you want to come and speak at our UBPA event? Or I can send her a connection, and which you can, this is important, is you can add a note for a connection, and this increases the likelihood that people will connect with you. Forward to your presentation at UBPA meeting. So I just send her some personal note. Maybe I don't really, I happen to have already contacted Mary. I just wasn't connected with her on LinkedIn. And then you can see this is pending. So the connection will be pending until she accepts it. But if it was someone I didn't know, I would obviously be more formal and say something like, hi, would like to meet with you, would like to discuss X, Y, Z. And then generally what happens if they message you back is I then will take that person offline to my email. I will just suggest they reach out to me on my email so you can have a discussion. You probably aren't going to be on LinkedIn as often as you are on your email. So anyway, so that's kind of how you build your network. It happens pretty organically, although like I said, you can also go out and search specific people. Again, once I've connected with Mary, I'll get a bunch of suggestions based off of the connection with Mary. So let me go back now to the other presentation. Get off of that, go back to present. Okay, so, whoops. So just to summarize, and then like I said, I'm moving quickly so that I can get to Abby's portion, but just to summarize on the personal page, your personal profile, be professional, be authentic, just make it sound like you, don't overstate anything that you haven't done. It's better to say less than to overstate. You just want to be clear about what you want to present things well. It's just like in your resume, you want to present things well, but you don't want it to be too much of a stretch. You want to engage with your network with valuable content. So if what your passion is for renewable energy, and that's who you want to connect with on LinkedIn, then you need to share things that are relevant for that sector. And that's how you will gain people following you as well. And you want to use your network to advance your goals. So, seek out people in your network. One thing I didn't show you is that once I connect with someone, I can see their connections. So maybe I connect with Mary and I look at her connections, and she has a connection at University of Nairobi who's someone I want to meet and haven't known. I could ask Mary to introduce me, or I could just go and message that person, try to message that person and connect with them directly. But the point of the network is to leverage other people's networks. So just think of it as, and also be a good neighbor to people making requests of you. So if someone asks you to connect someone, and if there's no reason not to, it's a two-way street. If you connect people, they will connect people to you. So I don't know, Abby, if anyone's raised their hand or has any questions. But
so far there are no questions.
Okay, because I'm zipping through a lot. So I'm going to actually turn this now back over to Abby. Abby, I'm going to stop this share, and you should be able to share your screen now.
Yes.
And then you're going to switch the host back?
Yes. Oh wait, I might, let's see, okay.
I think you have to go.
Just made you the host.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about a LinkedIn business page, and essentially what this is it's just like your individual page, but it's for your business. So it just has a couple of extra features I'm going to go through with you guys later. But why you want a business page on LinkedIn is because it increases your searchability, which means that when people search for your business on any search engine, LinkedIn pages rank really high. So the LinkedIn page will come up in the page before many other pages. So it just helps people find you more easily. It just increases your chances of being discovered on the internet, which is a really great thing. It also helps, it's also beneficial because your employees can connect with your page, which is great for just creating engagement on your page and helping your page gain more followers. There's also network opportunities like Sylvia talked about before, where your business page, you can actually connect with other businesses. There's also great opportunities for community engagement because there's the posting feature where you can post all different types of content and followers and potential customers can interact with you there. Again, like Sylvia was saying, this is like a virtual resume. So many people who are on your page can be looking for jobs or just trying to network for your business. So it's a great place to post job openings. Also, it's just great in general for posting different types of content that are related to your business and that are all professional. And I'm going to go into what those types of content could be later on. So what you need to create a LinkedIn business page is you need your personal account. You need to be at the all-star intermediate level, which is the picture on the second picture on the right. And basically it's just the degree to which your profile is filled out. It's really simple. You get to the all-star immediate level almost immediately once you create your business page, but it just stresses the idea that the more your page is complete, the more views your page is going to get, and the more they're going to suggest your page to different connections to follow. If you're a new user, you have to wait 7 days before you create your page. You need several first degree connections, which just means that this person either requested to connect with you or you requested to connect with them directly. So you're just friends initially, opposed to discovering someone because they're a friend of a friend, that'd be second degree, or just a complete stranger would be third degree. So you basically always just get several first degree connections right when you start. So again, it's very organic, creating your network. These are all things you're going to check off really easily. And then just to fill out your profile, you need your business logo, your business tagline, and your business description, all things that you would already have for a website or different pages that we've created in the past. So creating your LinkedIn business page, it is extremely simple. You go to your profile and on the top right, there's a button that you click and it says work and it drops down and it just brings you to creating your company page. And it just asks you to put your business name, your website, your industry that you're in, your company size, your company logo, a tagline, and business description. I'm just gonna show you guys really quick where this is. So I'm gonna go to my LinkedIn page, and this is my personal page. And right here on the top right, it says work, and you just click this drop-down menu. And right here on the bottom right, it says create a company page. So you just click that, and then you just select small business. And then here is the screenshot I just showed you guys on the slide. It's everything that you would need to include to create your business page. And again, all this stuff is you can edit later on. But this is essentially just the bare bones of creating your page. And you want to be as thorough as possible. And again, completed pages, according to LinkedIn, get 30% more weekly views. So just having a completed page is beneficial to being discovered on LinkedIn and also just more professional and just helps create a presence online. So there's a couple different features that your LinkedIn business page offers opposed to your individual page. There's this view as a member feature, which I'm going to show you guys, a custom button, which essentially is just a button that you can set up to link someone off of your page, say to a website or your YouTube channel, etc., anything that you want to showcase to anyone. You can assign admins to your business page. So if you have other people who are working for you who would want to help you run your page, expand your network, add posts, it's a great feature that you can assign admins. and your admins can actually invite people that they're connected to connect with your page, which is just a great feature to help gain followers to your business page and expand that network. And then the screenshot on the right shows that there are LinkedIn analytics, which just shows what people look at, what they're on their page, what they like, how they got to your page, what they spend the most time on. So I'm just quickly going to show you guys a couple of these features. So I'm just going to go back to my profile page, which you click by going here. And then I'm an admin on the charcoal project page. So I'm just going to click on that to show you guys. So this is the charcoal project business page, and I just wanted to show you guys the first feature is that right now I'm viewing this page as an admin. So it says right next to the charcoal project Inc. that I'm an admin view. But if you ever want to view your page from the perspective of a member, someone coming to your page looking to connect, you can click this view as a member button on the top right. And now I'm seeing the page as if I was a member, a follower, connector, whatever, coming onto this page and seeing what it looks like. And this is beneficial just because you want to make sure that, you know, your posts are coming up in the proper format. Just seeing what other people are seeing is really great to know what else you have to fill out on your profile. This is also a great way to see the button feature, which we have here, which we have linked to the Charcoal Project website. And you can change whatever this button is to be linked to anything else. So for example, if I go back to the admin view, there's this drop-down menu that has basically all the features that for editing, just like in one place as an admin. So it's in the top right here. So if I click the drop-down menu, I can click on, there should be a way to, well, first, let me show you guys. So if you click on edit page, you can click on button feature right here. And it shows that you can change the URL. There's all these different sayings that you can have on the button that correspond to the link. So it's super easy to do. And here there's just, you know, general features for editing the page. But next, I'm going to show you guys how to add admins to your page. So you're going to go to the admin tools. You're going to click underneath settings. There's manage admins. You're going to click on that. And you can see here that these are the admins of our page. And you can add a new admin just by searching their name on LinkedIn, and they come up, and then you just request that they become an admin, and they just accept your request, and it is done. So it's super easy to add admins to your page. And then admins can invite connections. So if you see here on the bottom right, here are just a couple of my connections that they're suggesting that I invite to the page. You can also click on admin tools, and under reach, you can click invite connections to see a more complete list of your connections, and you can check off the boxes of people to kind of do a mass invite. You can also search for people if there's anyone specific that you want to connect to your page. Again, this is just great for increasing followers to your page, expanding that network, and creating engagement. And then the last tool I wanted to point out to you guys is the analytics tool, which it pops up a little bit on the left here, and you can see, you know, new followers, post impressions, the visitors coming to your page. And to get a more complete look, you can go right underneath your name here to click on analytics, and you can see your visitors, and it just shows you like a little graph and what people are looking at and who's coming to your page, any updates, and just data on your new followers, which is again helpful for just knowing what's working on your page. Nothing too crazy to focus on when you're initially setting up your page, just great information to have to just know what you should be continuing to post and who's attracting to your page, just to know who you should be asking to connect to your page. So those are just the basic or the added features that are on your LinkedIn business page. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about some posting practices for your business page. It's very simple. When you go to your profile, like not the homepage, your homepage for your business, but not the homepage where your feed is at, where your news feed is at, there's just a start post button that pops up right at the top. It's so easy. You just click on it. There's all different, you can just type in text. There's places to link pictures and videos. It's just like Facebook, very self-explanatory. And just to go over the best practices for posting and creating engagement on your page, you want to post photos and video content. Posts with photos and videos, according to LinkedIn, receive 98% more comments and engagement. So again, people really like seeing that content in their feed, and it just attracts people to interact with it. Especially videos, according to LinkedIn, they receive 5 times more engagement than any other content type post on the page. So videos are a great thing to include. You want to post any, PDFs, presentations, articles, anything that you've been a part of professionally that can enhance, your credibility for your organization, and showcase what you guys are about, the research you do, the work you do, etc. Again, you can have your employees share, like, and comment on your page, and they can help jumpstart engagement for your page and attract people to your page just by interacting with it. You can tag people and pages within a post, which is just great, again, to create a network between pages and attract people from other pages to your page. It's important to include, 2 to 3 relevant hashtags, again, within your page, just to increase your SEO within LinkedIn, and also expand your network for people searching hashtags, or just put yourself into a category that people can look up and connect with you. And you also want to respond to comments that you receive from anyone who's commenting on your page. It's important to engage with your followers because it's increasing your network opportunities with them if they're other businesses, but also if they're customers looking to gain information about who you are, where you are, your product. It's just important to engage with them and give them the information that they need. You also want to post regularly. Again, this is not like a Facebook page. You want to post really professional material, and it's important to establish your presence and create posts that your followers are going to want to see and be looking forward to see, that maybe they're going to want to share on their page and help you expand your network. So again, just creating quality posts is really important. And also, just a little tip for increasing visibility to your page is that you as an individual can actually share posts from your company page and your personal page, and you want to encourage your employees to do the same, all for the same reasons of just expanding your visibility and attracting more people to your page. So now we just have just resources for you guys that Sylvia was talking about before. If you want to, dive into some videos about how to set up your page, learn more about posting and improving your business page profile, you can find those resources here. I can keep this on present.
Thanks, Abby. That was great. So does anybody have any questions or want to share about any issues or features of LinkedIn that they've used, they found useful? Just so the group, because like I said, I know some of you are on, but not all. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Hi, Moza, how are you?
Fine, thank you. So I have been on LinkedIn for a very long time. I have to find it. Now, if I'm already in, I just have to add create the new page?
No, you don't have
Or
to
I
create
just have to forget it and create it and start all over
no,
again?
wait,
Mm-hmm.
no, if you're on,
Mm-hmm.
Abby, are you still sharing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can, yeah.
I can, maybe we could do a quick search on there and see if we can find Moza
Mm-hmm.
on LinkedIn. Are you on as Moza Ahmed? I think I looked for you and there are a lot
Yes,
of people with that name.
yes,
So
Mosa Ahmed.
no, that's
Yeah,
not,
there am I.
that's you?
No,
No, that's not you.
Mine in MED.
MED. Yeah, but there's still a lot of
Yes.
people. I was looking yesterday, I was trying to find everybody in the group. MED.
Oh my.
Did you have another
There,
name that
Mosa
you
Ahmed.
used?
No, it's Mosa Ahmed.
Okay, are any of
Moza
these
Ahmed
you?
Naman. I'm not an IT. Wow, there's so many Moza Ahmed. Oh
Yes, there
my
are.
God.
There are. That's why
Oh,
it's good to
okay.
have
I
your
will
page filled
try
out.
to go to my Yahoo. Remember, before Gmail started, I was with Yahoo. I'll go through my Yahoo and then I'll search. I don't
Well,
know.
also, I think if you just went down this list, you could figure out, because she's not showing the full list, you could figure out which one is you.
Okay.
Are you
The,
guys
Okay.
connected on LinkedIn together? Because I can probably search your followers, Sylvia.
no, I couldn't find her, so I
Oh,
didn't know. I did look for her, but maybe if you did Moza Ahmed Kenya or Mombasa,
Yeah.
you might, that'll at least limit all the UA. Could this be you? Let's click on it.
Consumer sub. Yes, yes.
Is that where you worked? Claudio Modala Arch Design?
Yes, Modola. Yes, I used to work there as a manager.
Okay, good. So you have a basic page set up.
So I'm
Um,
there. Oh,
you
great.
just have
Mm.
to edit it and add all the content, because you basically just have
Uh-huh.
you set up a page, but you didn't do anything else,
Yeah.
right? This is
So,
what the
okay.
page looks like when you create it. Basically, it comes up
Uh-huh.
with your name and your
Uh-huh.
title, and that's it.
Okay.
So
So,
now
okay,
you
I'll
just
work
need
on
to
it.
go, yeah, the hard part will be probably remembering what your login is. So, you can always just ask for a new password to get in
Yeah.
if you don't remember
Password. Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
login. And then you can go in and edit all your work experience. Make sure you put in a
Mm-hmm.
summary about Brico and mentioning Brico Blaze in it. And then
Okay.
once you have that created, you can create a Brico Blaze page.
Oh, great. Okay. Thank you so much for finding me.
Great. I'm glad we found you. Anyone else have any
Yeah,
questions?
thank you.
Beatrice, I know you're on, right? On LinkedIn. What do you use it for generally?
Oh, generally, yeah, I'm checking, all
Pull up
the,
Beatrice's page.
yes, I'm looking, I'm checking, all the relevant information, of course,
There it is,
about the
second one.
sector yeah, I'm here, yeah. I've been there for a long time when I used to work with the telecom industry, so.
Yeah, this is good. You could just add,
Yeah,
you could add in a few photos, especially under the first, under Echo Charcoal.
mm.
And uh, and you must have a company logo you can add in there.
Yes, because what happened, yeah, I said, yeah, I mean, I registered on LinkedIn when I used to work with Orange in France. And throughout my years, throughout my experience from France to Kenya, from telecom industry to
Right.
renewable industry, a few years ago, I updated it because what was on top and in front was much more my telecom industry experience. So I completely, I updated it and changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to highlight more now that, and to show that I am completely focused on Eco Charcoal Limited and on the clean cooking and briquetting industry now in Kenya. Yes, so I'm using it, yeah, mostly by, checking all the information related to this sector. And I keep on receiving, and especially I've seen that when you are attending, a conference like last year, I don't know, the Clean Cooking Forum in Nairobi, or we talked about it with Sylvia last time, when we are attending some online event related to clean cooking or this renewable energy sector, sometimes, you have to also create your profile on an online platform. And then after you are getting plenty of connections. So of course, also, yeah, it's true that you have to select who to accept or not. And sometimes following a seminar or a meeting, it happened to me like a few weeks ago, of course, when somebody from a company, is contacting you, and then you have a meeting. So after you have different, people working within the same company, you know, they are sending you also their LinkedIn invitation. So yes, I'm checking mostly all the information related to the sector. I'm not posting too much. I'm not so active as I am maybe on Twitter or on Facebook. But yes, I mean also what is good, Moza, I wanted to tell you, Moza, also, you know, for example, Sylvia or Esther Wanza, we have seen the profile, or Dorothy Otieno, you know, or some other briquette producer who
Yes.
are there. We are following one another. So for example,
Yeah.
you know, it's good to highlight and to encourage, you know, when Dorothy, she's posting something, I've seen that she got a certificate here recently on business innovation. So
Yeah,
it's good, you
very
know, I'm
true.
congratulating her. So it's highlighting. So people said, okay, so there is Beatrice congratulating Dorothy with Beatrice. So they're
Yeah.
going to check. And we keep on, you know, I think it's good also. Yeah, we are called United Briquette Producer. So I think let us be united also, you know, on this social media platform. I think also it's important for the business page. I don't know. I'm feeling that on LinkedIn, it's more, this business page is more addressing for bigger companies than our, you know, micro or small, you know, enterprise. And I'm not sure that I will have a weekly, you know, article to post on LinkedIn for EcoCheck Unlimited.
I think that the thing about LinkedIn is that it doesn't have to be a couple different points from your comments. One is on the posting, you don't have to be quite as active as you are on Facebook or Twitter. It's most important feature is the fact that you are represented at least in an up-to-date manner online, so someone can check you as a reference. I feel like that's more important than the interactive feature, because for example, Beatrice or Moza, if one of you are applying for a grant, someone would want to check you out. And this gives you much more information about you individually than, for example, on your website where you might have a short bio, which really doesn't say too much, right? So this is a great tool to show someone, you know, the complete person, if you will. And for me, this is like the most important tool. If I'm going to meet with someone I don't know, I can look them up and say, oh, okay, what's their background? Why do they want to meet with me? Like trying to figure that out. Like how are we connected in other ways? So that's the most important feature. It is nice for the posting and everything. And the same for your company business page. It gives you an online presence. Like Abby says, it does increase your SEO for your website and everything. All these things are all connected when you have these different online platforms. And you can just share whatever you're putting on your personal page is probably relevant to your company page. So you can just cross share rather than try to recreate content for both all the time. So I think that way you can save some time and still get some activity on the business page and have that presence for your company. Again, it's just kind of saying, hey, we may be small, but we're a real company. We're real enough to have a LinkedIn page. So I'm gonna take a stand and make my page. And basically, all you need to have a LinkedIn page is a couple pictures, your company name and description, and you know, and that's it, right? I mean, everything else, and you have all of that. So you know, there's no requirement that you have X number of employees or anything like that. You know, it is a little harder to increase your following on your business page than on your personal page where you have all those natural connections, because on your business page, you can only ask the people to connect that already liked your personal page. But that's why, as Abby said, any employees are on. So like Beatrice, if Ian is on, you would ask him to, you know, he would have a profile page, and then separately he would ask his people to connect with your page. So that's how you get followers for the business page. And then just a couple other things, the connections, like if you're questioning, you know, you go to a conference and all these people try to connect with you and you're like, oh my God, I don't know any of these people, just look at them and say, okay, are they relevant to my sector? I may not know them, but are they relevant to my sector? Yes, okay, connect. Do I not know them? I don't have any shared contact with them and they're not relevant to my sector? Then probably not, although it may not, it's probably not harmful to connect with them, but you also, you know, don't want to kind of waste your time with people who maybe they're going to just try to sell you stuff or engage in things that you don't really care about. So, you know, I have connected with people at some of those conferences, and at the end of the day, they're really in different spaces. So, so then it's like, okay, I have this connection. It's not particularly useful. It's not harmful, but it's not useful either. So, so, you know, you can just kind of do a little analysis when you decide to connect with people. Do I think they're going to be useful? And I would also just as just anybody that you do know, as long as you're on good terms with them, you should just connect with them whether or not they're part of the sector, because you never know when the dentist down the street is going to send you some business your way because they heard about your company. So, you know, they don't have to be in the sector, but you probably either want to know them or they're in the sector for you to connect to them to make it a useful network. There was one other thing, but now I forgot. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Oh yeah, and Beatrice, your last point about connecting with other members like an HFI, like Dorothy, yes, I agree. That definitely, that's great. It helps build our community of practice, and also, you know, you know, if we comment on Dorothy's posting will get more visibility. So it is a way to support each other. And it's also, like you said, I've gotten connections, a lot of connections by posting on someone else's, they're making a comment on someone else's post. Then people will look at me, they'll say, oh, who's she, what's the charcoal project? And then they'll connect with me. So it is good to be engaged. But again, if you really don't have time to do any engagement, if you at least just set up a good, clean, up-to-date profile, you've come a long way for getting your name out there and for providing a kind of resource online for people to check you out. Is there any more questions? Anybody want to discuss anything else? Brian, you're on LinkedIn, right? Are you active on LinkedIn? I feel like you are.
Okay.
Hi, Brian. Are you active on LinkedIn? Oh no, he just says he's good. I guess he has no questions. Okay. All right. If there's no other questions or comments, we're going to wrap it up because we're actually right on time anyway. I hope you guys found this useful. Thank you, Abby, for joining. That was, as always, very good and insightful presentation. Again, I will send out the recording and the different slides. Just a quick question, Beatrice or Moses, and you can just put your comment in the chat box. You guys would only really said anything. I would leave your questions into the recording if you don't mind, but if you do mind, just say leave it out and I'll edit it out. So just text me back somehow and let me know whether I should edit out the comments, because I think they were actually pretty helpful. Anyway, all right, well, thanks guys. I think we're done now, and I hope you guys have a really good day.
Good day too.
Thanks,
Thank
Joel.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Moses.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.